welcome to Quays News. I'm Ellie Double.
And I'm Courtney Davis. Here's what's coming up on the programme today.
Our reporter looks into a local hero who's cleaning the streets of litter, one piece at a time.
We met up with an artist who has been raising money for Salford Raw's critical care unit.
One woman braved the shape.
It's that I'm wanting to pull out, even amongst darkness, I pull out the beauty, because life is beautiful.
One woman braved the shave for Macmillan Cancer down at her local pub.
And I find out how this science museum is celebrating Manchester's 1980s rock scene.
But first, the newest travel list has been released today, with no new countries being added to the government's green list.
Our reporter, Sean Carragher, is with us now to tell us more. So, Sean, how's it looking for people wanting to go away?
At the moment, Courtney, it's not looking great because today the UK travel list was updated with no new countries being added to the green list. Portugal, one of the original countries that was deemed to be safe to travel to, has been demoted to the amber list. Now, this because Portugal was a hotspot for UK holiday goers due to its position as a green list nation. However, in the past couple of weeks, the country has seen mass celebrations in the street after Sporting Lisbon won the Football League, as well as the arrival of British tourists in the holiday resorts of the Algarve, as well as in Porto for the Champions League final between Manchester City and Chelsea. Now, these incidents combined are worrying for experts who fear that all of these will add up and cause a trigger effect for a spike in cases. Now, all of this is coming in the wake of the scrapping of the UK COVID passport idea, with Health Secretary Matt Hancock saying an internationalised standard of the idea, with countries all over the world recognising an ID that will confirm that you have had a negative test, saying they are some way off.
Thank you for that, Sean. We also asked you on social media whether you were planning on going on holiday this year.
The majority of you said that you don't think you'll be going away, and those of you that are still worried about whether your destination will move to the amber or the red list.
Are you planning on going away anywhere this year, Ellie?
Well, we didn't make it away last year, and as much as I would love a break, I don't know if it will happen. What about you?
No, I don't think so, but we never know, we'll have to see. We also went down to Media City to see what people thought of the changes.
Green list now, yeah.
You would?
Yes.
Amber, because amber requires
No.
when you get back, you have to isolate for 10 days.
No.
I've got a flight totally booked
Oh,
for
do you?
July, but it's because my partner's out there working for 2 months, so I booked it to visit him. But I'm hoping that by the time we get there, that it's on a green list, and if it's not, then I'll have to reconsider whether I go. Not this year, no.
Absolutely not. In fact, we were discussing friends that have booked holiday abroad are really foolish.
Just dead set no.
Dead set no for this year, I think. I mean, maybe if it's a green list, probably not amber. Yeah, just because you never know.
We've got pupils out there this week. We're probably going to have to now self-isolate for 10 days. That's more another 10 days missing education. I think anybody who's going to book a holiday this year is foolish.
Well, after 14 months, I think we could all use a nice sunny holiday abroad, so fingers crossed we can hop on a plane and jet off somewhere soon.
But instead of focusing on the skies, litter pickers in Salford are focusing on our streets.
Keeping our streets clean should be part of every community, but with the council unable to keep up with the demands, some community litter picking groups are going above and beyond to maintain the cleanliness of Salford. Our reporter Molly Haddock has more.
Keeping the places that we live clean and tidy should be an important part of every community, and even though Salford Council has many things in place to keep it clean, residents are taking matters into their own hands.
With litter being a key issue raising many concerns in the area, many online groups were created to combat these problems, sharing videos and photos of areas within Salford and encouraging people to grab a bag and clean their streets. Phil Treseden, who was a local Labour Party candidate, did just this, arranging the groups which kick-started the local movement, making the daunting task a fun social event with a great impact on the community.
So all we've done really is I provide the bags and the litter pickers by the council, and I invite members of the community to come out, and they will come and meet me in a place. We'll sort of space out nice and socially distant, and we just go around a particular area and we'll pick up bottles and cans and bits of paper, and then we bag them all up, and then the council come and collect them. But it's a really nice way for the community to get together and do something together, something really positive for the area.
But why is it so important?
Litter costs £500 million of taxpayers' money every single year just to clean up the litter, with 48% of people admitting that they drop it. And 7 out of 10 items being food packaging. It's really apparent why keeping our streets clean is so important.
I mean, one of the good points about the litter pick is that you get to do something positive, but you're also meeting people in the community and getting to hear their voices and hear what's important to them, really. So it straddles two camps, and it's really useful, and I think it's definitely something we'd want to continue in the future, because we can treat it almost as a counsellor's surgery almost. We get to meet people and people know where to find us, and they can let us know what's important to them.
With all the great care residents are putting into their community, the question is, what are you doing to help? Molly Haddock, Quays News.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of the Science and Industry Museum, I think about exhibitions on transport and the Industrial Revolution. But what about 1980s rock music?
Well, this June, Museum is hosting an exhibition to celebrate the former years of the famous Mancunian record label Factory Records.
Our reporter Jennifer Morby took a trip to find out more.
Well, on the 17th of June, the Science and Industry Museum will be hosting an exhibition to celebrate Factory Records and their early years of work as a record label. Now, this record label are obviously responsible for big names like Joy Division, New Order, and the exhibition will include areas where people can bring their own headphones and they can sit and they can listen to the music that will take them back to maybe when they grew up, or maybe they're just fans of the 1980s rock scene. Now, obviously, this is such a key thing for Manchester, because it's all about celebrating music culture and history and heritage. So I'm sure it will attract many fans to the museum this summer. Now, the exhibition will be running all the way till January next year, so if you can't go this time, don't worry about it, you've got all year.
That actually looks like an extremely fascinating exhibit down at the Science and Industry Museum. I might have to take a trip down there myself.
It really does, and I might have to join you on that one. Now, it's no secret how hard our NHS staff have been working throughout the pandemic, but one artist has set out to paint her way into their good books by raising money for Salford Royal's critical care unit.
Our reporter Annie Mae Walker went to Susan Agarwal's gallery in Mosley to find out more about her heroics.
This is Susan Agarwal. She's an artist that not only has an eye for detail, but a heart big enough to do some good. By selling prints and gift cards, she's raised £1,000 for Salford Royal Hospital's critical care unit. And I want to know what inspired her to support this department in particular.
Obviously, we're going through COVID, and there have been people that I know that have needed critical care. I was sort of gravitated to critical care because there were so many people who were going through such loss.
The floral prints were given the name A Rainbow of Flowers Are NHS, as a thank you to staff working through the pandemic. Those who purchased the artwork also shared their thanks online.
I categorise Sue as like one of life's heroes. You know, we talk about NHS heroes, but, you know, the general public heroes. And I think she's selfless as well.
The original piece that inspired the fundraiser was made by Susan as a way of expressing her grief for her mother, who passed away at the start of lockdown in March 2020. This is the piece that inspired Susan Agarwal's fundraiser. It will be displayed in various hospitals around Salford in memory of those who have suffered during COVID. It will also commemorate the money raised for Salford Royal's critical care unit.
I see beauty, and it's that I'm wanting to pull out. Even amongst darkness, I pull out the beauty, because life is beautiful.
By supporting the North Care charity, Susan is helping to fund services for wellbeing, equipment, education and research in Salford Royal. But the charity also supports hospitals in Bury, Oldham and Rochdale.
We're changing lives, and hopefully we're obviously saving lives as well with the bigger things, but we're just literally changing and making a difference. And I love the fact that it's not me doing it, it's everybody doing it, and we're all coming together.
And Susan has a special message for those who've purchased her work and donated to the critical care unit at Salford Royal.
Oh gosh, thank you to all those incredible people that have been very generous.
This is an artist proud to put her name to a good cause. Annie Mae Walker, Quays News.
Oh, what a lovely story. Now, Courtney, how did you spend your bank holiday Monday?
To be honest, I didn't do anything other than enjoy my day off work.
Well, I went to my local pub in Lancashire, but not for the reason that you would think. Instead of a drink in the pub garden and people watching, I watched a local lady get her head shaved for charity.
Change your mind, I think it's beyond that now, isn't it?
It's not every day that you go to the local pub and wind up having your head shaved for charity, but that's exactly what Carol Calderbank did. She entrusted her local landlady and other villagers to shave her head as part of Macmillan's Brave the Shave campaign after beating cancer last year. This is her story.
Well, after routine smear tests, I was diagnosed with cancer in September. They were really good the way they reacted to it. 2nd November I actually started the treatment. The Macmillan nurses, they were wonderful. The amount of support did help me to get through what was a very difficult period.
And after telling the landlady that she considered braving the shave, Carol wound up on the pub's Facebook page with the donations pouring in. I think it's safe to say that the regulars aren't too worried about their landlady leaving for a hairdressing career, or for the local barber's business either.
Don't give up your day job, Lisa. Don't think Tina's out to worry about.
It's a beautiful bank holiday here at the Farmers Arms pub in Eccleston, where earlier Carol braved the shave for Macmillan. But her story got other local villagers sharing theirs too.
The first thing you do ask when they tell you you've got cancer is, will I lose my hair? Yeah. Well, I didn't really.
So many people get it now. It needs
bring it to the forefront.
Well, I've got a few friends that have got cancer at the moment, and it's fair play to everybody who does something for it.
And now, with her head freshly shaved, Carol's finally enjoying her well-deserved drink in the sun. Ellie Double, Quays News.
What a nice story that was, Ellie. It was very brave of her. Well, that's almost all we have time for today.
But today is actually our last show of the year, so we thought we'd treat you and leave you with a collection of some of the moments that didn't quite go to plan this year.
I really don't like doing this. It makes me so embarrassed.
Place we live. I've said it so many times.
That's a bit awkward. Our reporter, Sean Carraher.
Of residents, no. Come on. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm on camera.
What is the situation down there?
Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we do seem to be having some technical
It's a bit of Yep, that'll do.
To interview a personal trainer who's only started up since Monday.
It's time for us to go and join Sean in the pub.
Goodbye.
Boom! That's it.
Well, some of them were a bit embarrassing. I promise we have made some good content too. I think my favourite one was watching Sean running in the back of Jen's.
How was that?
You do not have any idea how many times I had to run up and down to get that shot. I'll tell you what, the lengths that I go to for Lightning Cat's news, different level, amazing.
Hey, at least you got your daily exercise in. Anyway, we have certainly had fun over the past few weeks. We hope you will have a lovely summer. See you next year.